up here at the Atlantic Center for the Arts, I didn't really have any content that I wanted to produce. Sorry, this is a puppet show. Hi. When I showed up here at the Atlantic Center for the Arts, I didn't really have any content that I wanted to or thought I should produce, but as it goes, one night, you know, after a couple of beers and late night, and you get down the Wikipedia hole, and then all of a sudden you're reading about Attila the Hun, and you read a just incredible story that honestly I thought this would make a great puppet show, and it really needs to be seen to be believed. So please enjoy this true story about Attila the Hun. This is a map of Europe circa 450, Common Era. I'm not sure if many of you know about Europe in the 5th century. I certainly didn't. But at this point, the Roman Empire had split into two. So you've got over here Constantinople, the capital of the Eastern Roman Empire, and then over here in Rome would be the Western Roman Empire. Now, the biggest threat to the Roman Empire at the time were the Huns, and Attila being the most famous, and the Hun with the widest range. So I will just now demonstrate a very brief sort of what a Hunnic raid would look like on one of these sort of lands. Oh, by the way, this is, whoa, shit, this is Attila. If you were wondering, he's a very scary fella. Anyway, I don't have to look at him close up too long. So yeah, here you go. Very nice, peaceful little village somewhere Eastern Europe. I don't know, looks nice. And then, oh my God, what's this? Holy shit! Oh no! The Huns! Oh no! Oh shit! Whoa. Okay. Oh no! Oh no! Oh my God! So yeah, it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. Anyway, so as Attila would do his little raids, he accumulated more and more lands, and this is his yurt. This is the interior of his yurt. Here he is. That's his throne. Anyway, people would come and they would pay tribute to him by presenting him with animals. He collected a whole menagerie. His favorites, though, were sort of vicious type animals. He had his bears and like tigers and like all sorts of other like crazy animals. Yeah, his favorite though, by far, was this snake that he loved. He just loved it, and it loved him. Yeah, anyway, one day, unfortunately, the snake got really sick and it stopped eating. So Attila started calling in like witches, like, okay, in the 5th century in Europe, veterinary science wasn't a thing. So they had the witches, and the witches like put spells on the snake. It didn't work, and then he called a wizard, and the wizard came in and like gave a potion to the snake, and that didn't work, and so Attila, you know, took care of business. You know, and Attila was honestly heartbroken. He like didn't know what to do, and one day though, this soothsayer came on in, and he looked at the snake, and he whispered some words to the snake, pss, 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 pss. And then the snake whispered to him, pss, 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 pss. And he turned to Attila the soothsayer, and he said, "Sir, Mr. Hun, Attila, your snake will only eat virgins. And Attila thought this was quite strange, but as luck would have it, they were, again, like I said earlier, sort of raiding early Christendom, the Roman Empire, and they came upon, they came upon a convent. And so they marched the nuns out of the convent, and
virgins are good.
yeah, exactly. So, Attila, looks at the snake and is like, okay, here you go, here's your virgins, and the snake goes over and sort of sniffs at him, and then goes back over here, and Attila looks at the soothsayer and he says, okay, if you don't want to end up like that witch and that wizard, then you better fix this. And so the soothsayer, the soothsayer goes over to the snake, and the snake whispers at him, and he says to Attila, I'll be back in an hour. So he goes away, and they're just waiting. The nuns are there, and they're like, what's going on? And so, like an hour goes by, and the soothsayer comes back in with these tiny loaves of bread, and he hands them to Attila, and as soon as the bread hits Attila's hands, the snake goes absolutely batshit crazy. Chomp, chomp, chomp. He eats the nuns up in one bite each, and then he's all full. And then he exits stage right. And so, Attila is just flabbergasted. He doesn't know what to say. And the soothsayer has sort of a look on his face, and Attila turns to him and says, what happened? How did that happen? And the soothsayer looks at Attila, and he says, sir, your anaconda don't want nuns unless you've got buns.